Last night I saw Frankie Muniz at the Safeway.
Yeah?
And he looked me dead in the eyes. It only lasted about 5 seconds, but honestly, never been so sad in my life. I wanted to say something to him about Spy Kids or Malcolm in the Middle, but no words came out. I wanted to say something to him about Spy Kids or Malcolm in the Middle, but no words could come out of my mouth. And as we looked into each other's eyes, I could feel that sadness deep inside. This former celebrity, now drummer for a band that's never played a gig in their life. He may be rich, but he lives a depressing life. You should see the look in this dude's eyes. Like, honestly, I'm kind of worried about this guy. You should have seen the look in his eyes. I wanted to say something to him about Spy Kids or Malcolm in the Middle, but no words came out. I wanted to say something to him about Spy Kids or Malcolm in the Middle, but no words could come out of my mouth. And I guess it's true what those magazines say. Celebrities, you know, they're just like us. We all shop for sad foods at the market after midnight, and we live depressing lives, and we all feel dead inside. I think celebrities are dead inside. My father taught me to tell stories, and my mother taught me to be nice. They both taught me how to be absent from everybody else's life. My grandpa taught me independence, and my uncle taught me to love fish. My grandma taught me not to care at all about any of your shit. Being grown up isn't scary, it's growing up that bites. Learning on your own is so damn hard, and no one should have to live that life. Now I wake up feeling like, and I go through my day feeling like, and then I go to sleep feeling like, you're never gonna be successful, you just don't have the charm for it. You should have learned a trade when you dropped out of art school, 'cause you can't handle this, yeah. You can't handle this, yeah. You can't handle this. My wife is out of town, and that always really bums me out, but that's not why I'm singing sad songs. It's just the newest songs that I've written. But I hung out with a long-time friend of mine who lives in another state, and that's kind of like my relationship with Paul and Teague. I've known you guys for a long time, but you live in other places, so I never see you. When I do, it's just for a few moments, and it's very pleasant. But I went to LA last weekend, and I hung out with one of these friends that I don't see very often, but I've known for like 12 years. And they told me that they just split up with their wife. They're not divorced, but they're going through a separation. And I didn't really ask any probing questions, but it seemed like he really wanted to talk to me about it. I was like, okay, this is how our day's gonna go. We're gonna eat fish tacos, buy records, and you're gonna tell me about this. All right, I'm here for you. And he told me that they were married for 11 years, but the thing that finally ended their relationship was they went to Spain for a month, and they just couldn't stand each other. They couldn't stand being together that much. And so I wrote this song about my, that all really bums me out, but think there's a lot of truth to that. Spending too much time with someone can like drive you mad and not make you not want to spend time with that person anymore. So anyway, I'm going to sing a song that I wrote when I was courting my wife before we got married, obviously, when she was living in Los Angeles and I was living in Phoenix, because I miss her right now. And I hope, I like that we spend at least 1 week apart from each other while she works in Los Angeles and I work here, because it creates that feeling of like, wow, I really need this person in my life. So anyway, you make me feel uncomfortable, but in the way I like. And I know you hate a lot of things like DJs, cats, and bikes, but pray that you don't hate me, because that would not be nice, but it's okay if you do. Just tell me the truth. Honestly, baby, I want to be with you. And I wish the way I feel about you was something you could see, but it's still gonna be a long time till you're here with me. And I know some things sure bug you, but you certainly don't bug me. I want to know if I do. Please tell me the truth. Honestly, baby, I want to be with you. I wish that I could see you at least every other day, but it's so hard to do that because you live so far away. And when I hear your voice, it makes this pain go away, and I hope it does for you. Please tell me the truth. Honestly, baby, I want to be with you. Honestly, baby, I want to be with you. Here's a song about growing up in Scottsdale. It's a real shitty place. They strip malls and litter bikes, sports bars and asshole fights. Man, I really hated life in the town where they call me a fag. Batteries thrown at my head from a moving car, now I'm almost dead. And as that car drove past, those kids laughed and they called me a fag. Eggs were thrown at me at night. My cousin and I are just walking by, trying to get a late night bite in this town where they call me a fag. Some great restaurants and a porno shop. No real surprises about the cops. My family was real good friends with one, and guess what? He called me a fag. I work here now and it's alright. I'm all grown up, shouldn't be uptight, but guess what happened just the other night? Turns out they still call me a fag. In this town, they still call me a fag. All right. I was gonna do this one later, but I want to do it right now. I was in this power pop punk group that was Cullens or Twilight themed, and we toured. We formed in July, and we wrote 7 songs and released this little EP and made some shirts with sparkly screen print. And we toured all the way up to Forks, Washington, and back by September of that same year. And 2009 is the only time I can imagine ever doing that, because everyone was poor and lived together. So anyway, it was a real magical time, and when we broke up, I kind of dismissed the project because everyone kind of had weird, bad feelings about it. It only lasted like a year, but anyway, on a recent road trip, my wife was like, "Hey, do you want to listen to your old band, the Cullens?" And I was like, "Not really," but she put it on, and I was like, "Damn, this song rips." So I'm going to try and sing this song to you guys, and I hope that you think it rips too. If you do, it's for free on Bandcamp. All right. This one's called No One Will Believe It. Alright. In the parking lot after school, looking cute, everything is cool. Listening to an MP3, a cute boy is staring at me. Edward, stop the van, do-do-do-do, with his vampire hands. Oh, Edward, stop the van, do-do-do-do, with his vampire hands. Then this van is skidded my way, is driven by a jock, what could I say? Edward came and he stopped the van. I want him to be my man. Edward stopped the van, do-do-do-do, with his vampire hands. Oh, Edward stopped the van, do-do-do-do, with his vampire hands. Bella, you raise your head. You are very confused. But Edward, I know what I saw. No one will believe you. Edward, stop the van. Do-do-do-do, with his vampire hands. Oh, Edward, stop the van. Do-do-do-do, with his vampire hands. That's it. All right. I'm just going to do two more. They're both quick, I think. The first time that I thought about you, I was 8 years old, with your hands around my throat. And when I finally told an adult, they said I was too young. And I think that they were right. But then again, when is it ever a good time? The first time that I met you, you were wrapped around my feet. You threw me into the deep end, hoping that I can't swim. Drink that water up and let it all in. Drink that water up and let it all in. Drink that water up and let it all in. Now I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. And then I cry and I cry and I cry. And it wasn't until I was adult that I finally said no. That's it. All right. Last song is I don't know if any of you are familiar with the band BlackBlack. They're a real great flavor of the month LA band. For like a few months in 2004. And one of the members went on to start Phantom Planet, who I'm sure you guys are familiar. Anyway, their album, I listen to it all the time. I don't know why. Sometimes those bands that are only around for like a few months stick with you the longest. And so I've been listening to this band for years, and it just hit me this week. Wow, this song is written the way I write songs, and I love it. And I love everything about it. So like, I should sing it because I sing it all the time to myself. So let's see how this goes. I am really depressed. Hold on. I am feeling really depressed about my level of energy. My level of energy is low. Maybe I have mono. Well, that's not true, and I know. It's just easier than admitting that I'm lazy. My friend tells me not to write a song like this. It's boring, it truly is. And to that I said no. It's universal, or at least it should be. People should care about their Thank you. That's it. I have CDs and tapes and buttons if you want some. And I'm playing here next Friday. I'm playing with Fatty Cakes and the Puff Pastries and a bunch of other bands.